Okay, R. Kelly is different. I mean, you know, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put my money on he probably did that shit. I'm pretty sure he did that shit. You know, it was bad, okay? So a couple years ago, I was doing a show in Detroit, and I'm sitting backstage in my dressing room. A friend of mine comes by, this chick, Dream Hampton. Dream tells me, right before I'm going on stage, she goes, Dave, I'm working on a documentary about R. Kelly. Would you like to be in it? And I was like, nah, bitch, I'm cool. I went on stage, I just forgot about the shit. And then 2 years later, the documentary comes out, Surviving R. Kelly. And when it comes out, Dream's promoting the shit, and she keeps bringing me up. She said, I asked Dave Chappelle to be in my documentary, and he said it was too hot for TV. Bitch, I did not say that. It does not even sound like how I talk. Oh, that's too hot for TV? I would never say that shit. But I'm gonna tell you guys why I wasn't in the documentary. There's a very simple reason, and I cannot stress this point enough. The only reason that I didn't do it was because, and it's very important, I don't know this nigga at all. I don't know anything. I don't know anything that they don't tell me about. I don't hang out with this nigga, nothing. So what the fuck do I gotta be in the documentary for? This guy, R. Kelly, got another sex tape out now. Can you believe that shit? This guy makes more sex tapes than he does music. He's like the DJ Khaled of sex tapes. Another one. Like, damn, nigga. It's a lot of tapes. The new one's so bad that they didn't even show it. I've never seen anything like this. The prosecutor in Chicago came out in a press conference and read to the media a transcript of a sex tape. Have you ever heard of such a thing? This nigga read the sex tape. And it was so bad that R. Kelly sounded guilty in the transcripts. It's fucking amazing. 16 times the girl's age was mentioned. Isn't that crazy? This motherfucker's an idiot. He was fucking her like, yeah, this is the best 14-year-old pussy I've ever had in my life. And she was like, you like this 14-year-old pussy? He's like, oh yeah, I love this 14. I'm like, man, you need to shut the fuck up. You gotta give your lawyer something to work with. You're supposed to be on the tape like, this is the best 36-year-old pussy I've ever had in my life. And then your lawyer gonna be like, Your Honor, clearly my client thought that this woman was 36, as he mentioned some 16 times in the tape. They gonna know you lying though, you know what I mean? Everybody knows no such thing as good 36-year-old pussy. Doesn't matter what I say. And if you at home watching this shit on Netflix, remember, bitch, you clicked on my face. Celebrity hunting season. Doesn't matter what I say, they're gonna get everybody eventually. Like, look, I don't think I did anything wrong, but we'll see. They even got poor Kevin Hart. Can you imagine such a thing? Kevin Hart, let me tell you something. It was Kevin Hart's dream to host the Oscars. That's what he told me. And I remember when he told me, because I was thinking to myself, well, that's an awfully strange dream for an African American. Kind of nigga dreams of hosting the Oscars. Kevin did, that's who. And he did it. Against all the odds, Kevin became the most famous comedian this world has ever seen, and he got the job that only one black man before him had had. He was gonna host the 80th Oscars. And I don't know what you know about Kevin, but I know Kevin Hart is damn near perfect. As close to perfect as anybody I've ever seen. In fact, Kevin is precisely 4 tweets shy of being perfect. 10 years ago, Kevin had made some very homophobic comments. And I'm not gonna repeat what he said because this is Atlanta. You know what I mean. I'm sure there's a lot of gay men here tonight with their wives. Far be it from me to offend anybody. All right, I'll tell you what he said. But just remember, these were not my words. These were Kevin's words. And it was a long time ago. And I'm paraphrasing because I'm not good at telling other people's jokes. Okay, Kevin said that if his little son was demonstrating or exhibiting homosexual behavior around the house, that he'd chastise him. He'd say, hey, that's gay. And then he said he would smash a dollhouse over that child's head. Ooh, the gay community was furious. And I don't blame them. I got a lot of gay friends. And all of them, 100% of them, all have told me fucking horror stories about the shit they had to go through just to be themselves. Crazy, crazy stories. And in all those stories, I gotta say, not one of them has ever mentioned anything like their father smashing a fucking dollhouse over their head. Because clearly Kevin was joking. Think about it. You would have to buy this nigga a dollhouse to break it over his head in the first place. Does that sound right? Is anybody gonna do that? The gay community was upset, and then they put so much pressure on the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences that they went to Kevin and said, if you don't apologize to that community, then you cannot host these Oscars. And then Kevin said, fuck it, I quit. And then he went on every talk show in America and apologized for 6 weeks. Kevin fucked up. I understand the mistake you made because I've made the same mistake early in my career. This is many years ago, 15 years ago. It's when I was doing Chappelle's show. Thank you. On network television, they have a department that's called Standards and Practices. This is the department that tells you what you can and cannot say on television. And if you're doing your job well, you should never hear from them. But if you're making Chappelle's show, you'll hear from these motherfuckers all the time. And remember, this is 15 years ago. I made a mistake. I didn't even know I had done anything wrong. I had written a sketch that had the word faggot in it. So I had to go to Standards and Practices. They call me up. I don't know why they're calling me, but I like the lady that runs the department. She's usually really fair and was one of my favorite people I've ever worked with. So she sits me down. We have a nice conversation. She tells me, oh, the sketches are great. I go, oh, fantastic. Well, then why am I here? She said, because, David, there's no way that you can ever say the word faggot on our network. I didn't know I did anything wrong. I didn't try to defend myself. I said, all right, fuck it, I'll take it out. Have a good afternoon. And as I was leaving, it occurred to me, hey, Renee, quick question. It's just a question. Seriously, I want to know, like, why is it that I can say the word nigger with impunity? but I can't say the word faggot. And she said, because, David, you are not gay. I said, well, Renee, I'm not a nigger either. I know it's fucked up, but I tell you the truth. You know, everything's funny. Everything's funny till it happens to you. 3 months, a mere 3 months after that terrible attack that Chris Rock endured, I was on stage at the Hollywood Bowl, and a lunatic jumped out of the crowd and attacked me. Now, I gotta tell you, if it happens to you, you don't even know what the fuck is happening. It was like slow motion. I just looked over. I don't know this nigga. And I just looked, I said, oh my God, I'm being attacked. And this motherfucker was ragged. He jumped at me. He was like, ah! I'm old, but I'm fast. I caught this motherfucker's head with my hand and pulled his hoodie over his eyes. I can still feel his head in my hand. It was spongy. He had been growing dreadlocks. Not the beautiful dreads that breastfarians grow. These were accidental LA homeless dreads. This shit had leaves and sticks and bottle caps and shit in it, some kind of grease. I was like, ugh, like this. And then I fell down. And he knocked me all the way on the ground. And I was like, man, this is a bad situation. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna die or what's gonna happen. But in that moment of vulnerability, you know what occurred to me that had never occurred to me before in my life? In that moment, it occurred to me that bodyguards should not wear dress shoes to work. Travis! This nigga Travis came out slipping and sliding on some kind of beautiful loafer and fell flat on his back. Bop. I said, oh my God. Now both of us are down. I gotta handle this shit myself. So I popped right back, boom. And then the kid that knocked me down, he popped out, boom, and we looked at each other and realized at the same time, I was bigger than him. And that motherfucker took off running. And I started to chase him, and I said, fuck him. I picked the microphone up. So I'm gonna finish this show now. That's right. For 3 months before that, I'd been making fun of Chris Rock. And people would ask me all the time. They'd say, Dave, what would you do if you were Chris Rock and Will Smith slapped you in the face? And to this day, the answer is the same. Well, I don't know what I would have done. I've never been in a situation that extreme. But I do know now what Will Smith would not have done. And that is enjoy the rest of his evening. Man, listen. We gave that kid a good while. We was whooping his ass. Not we, I mean, I was on stage trying to think of a joke to tell, but they was beating this nigga up right behind me. Everybody could see it. Everybody could see it. And I'm sitting up there trying to think of what to say. And I'm tongue-tied. Me, of all people, can't think of anything to say. Look at my karma. Just that moment. Of all the people in the world, Chris Rock walks from backstage, walks up to me in front of 20,000 people, grabs the mic out of my hands and looks at the crowd and goes, was that Will Smith? Man, motherfuckers fell out of their chairs laughing. I was standing there looking stupid. I was fucking furious, because I'm thinking in my mind, nigga, this is my attack. You got attacked 3 months ago. Now you have jokes. So I snatched the mic back from Chris and tried to get one off, but my shit did not go good at all. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, it was a trans man. And the crowd was like, boo. This is LA, we like trans people, boo. I know, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But I know why I did it. You'd have to be there to understand, but man, when that guy tackled me, it was like it's like a movie or something. You gotta picture this. Picture a famous person you like. Every famous person you could imagine was at that show. It was like the biggest night that Hollywood had ever seen. And when that guy tackled me, he cleared the bleachers. I had to watch the tape afterwards to know this happened, but as soon as he tackled me, Jamie Foxx was the first motherfucker that jumped out of the crowd. He was wearing a white cowboy hat, like he knew this shit was gonna happen to him. Never seen this nigga in a cowboy hat before. And Jamie started chasing that motherfucker around like any given Sunday. And that kid was fast as shit, was juking and shaking, and he broke Jamie's ankles, and he just kept running. And then Jon Stewart from The Daily Show ran from backstage and jumped at this motherfucker like Super Jew. He was like, ah! And the kid seen Jon coming, so he jumped back, and Jon went flying that way. And this kid was fast, and then he turned around. He sees the emergency exit. He starts running for the emergency exit. Just before he got to the door, motherfucking Puff Daddy from Bad Boy Records jumped in front of the door. That nigga was like, Boy, Puffy got that motherfucker. And then every celebrity just ran out, because every celebrity saw themselves in me, and they just started beating the fuck out of that kid. And I know Chris was backstage looking like, nobody helped me. Everybody hates Chris. Look, it was way more intense than what you guys might have read. I don't know what you read, but the kid, while we was beating on him, reached in his waistband, pulled out a .22 caliber pistol. That shit was mayhem. Everybody started screaming, oh my God, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. And then I got scared. I was in the back, but I was scared, because I knew that everybody that was with me was armed. Yes, if they had shot and killed this kid on stage at the Hollywood Bowl, like I pay you to do, Travis, but Travis G'd up. Travis wrestled the gun out of the kid's hand, and then he took it like this and tried to chamber the round, and he couldn't. So he pulled the trigger, and it wasn't a gun. A knife blade popped out of the front. I guess this kid was gonna stab me. Some scary shit. So the next night, even though I didn't have a show, I said, I gotta get right back on stage. And I went and did a show. And someone in the audience screamed out, Dave, what happened with the attack? And I didn't know there was journalists in the room. All I said was that this nigga had a knife that identified as a gun. I got 6 more weeks of bad press for that joke. I didn't even do nothing to this nigga. That was not right. That was not right. And then the New York Post went to the jail and interviewed my attacker like he was some kind of hero. And I read that interview. It turns out the entire attack was my fault. Yes, I triggered him. I didn't mean to. I had done jokes about the homeless. It turns out this young man was homeless. And I mean, there's no way I could have known this. But I will say, for a homeless guy, this nigga had incredible seats. Oh, and they said I triggered him because I had done LBGTQ jokes, and it turns out this fella was a B. That was the headline in the article. It said, Dave Chappelle's alleged attacker is bisexual. I said, alleged attacker? This motherfucker definitely attacked me. I'll show you the tape. He's allegedly bisexual. I'm gonna need to see him suck somebody's dick before I believe the rest of this article. I read that shit in the paper. I was horrified. I was like, oh, bisexual? I could have been raped. Shit ain't what it used to be, is it? This nigga Puff got 50 months. I don't like talking about this, but I'm gonna do it. Here's my thing about Puffy. And I gotta state my bias. Years ago, I got attacked on stage in California at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, this was a long time ago. At this time, Charlie Kirk was alive and well. Well, this is another reason it's hard to talk in America, because, you know, if you talk for a living and see Charlie Kirk get murdered that way, I'm gonna be honest, nigga, I was shook. I mean, Charlie Kirk is the wholesome white guy, and they killed this motherfucker. I said, these whites. We've never seen them like this. They're playing for keeps. And then remember, the next day in the news, when all the information was still shoddy, they came out, they were like, apparently there were transgender messages inscribed on the bullets. I was at home like, oh no! I'm dead as fried chicken. And then weeks later, they said what was written on the bullets. One of the bullets had Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella, Bella, Bella Ciao written on it. Another bullet had written on it, if you're reading this, you're gay. I was at home like, nigga, I'm gonna need to see these bullets. How the fuck is this nigga writing whole paragraphs on bullets? How big are these bullets? What is this nigga, a watchmaker? He can inscribe all this shit on a bullet? I'm not making light of Charlie Kirk dying, but I'm not sure what it means. And I'm not sure I believe what they say it means. I'll tell you what I don't believe. And the whites were quick to say this. They said, Charlie Kirk is this generation's Martin Luther King. No, he's not. Yeah, that's a reach. You know, they both got murdered in a terrible fashion. They both got shot in the neck, but that's about where those similarities end. Because Charlie Kirk is a motherfucking internet personality. No, by design. Fundamentally, he can't function like Dr. King. Internet niggas are negative because they have to be. Because nobody will engage them unless they say shit that makes them upset. That's Charlie Kirk. Could you imagine Dr. King was behaving like Charlie Kirk? Smash that like button and subscribe. Follow me for more content like this. I believe all black people should be free. Change my mind. The Congress took a vote that October 14th will be Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day, and everybody voted for it. No, I'm not gonna boo it. You can remember, no. Remember that nigga if you want to. And remember him however you want to. But I do know that most of those congresspeople voted for that because they're afraid of political violence. I'm telling you, it's easier to talk in Saudi Arabia. I was on stage not long ago in the States, and niggas got mad because I said, well, you know, maybe Puff will get off. And I said, I hope so. And the crowd was like, boo. Okay, look, it's not that I think Puff is right, but when I got attacked in LA at the Hollywood Bowl, people forget Puff was the guy that tackled my attacker. He saved my life. It's a hard nigga to be mad at after that. I had security that night, but you know what I mean? Them niggas they just wasn't ready. Them niggas had some slippery shoes on or something. They ran out. All them niggas slipped and fell. And Puffy got my attacker and tackled him. And then years later, when I heard about that baby oil, I was like, what did those niggas slip on? 1,000 bottles of baby oil, that's a lie. But remember, he wasn't on trial for having 1,000 bottles of baby oil because it's not a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. It's gross. It's not illegal. And I'm gonna tell you something else I haven't said, but this is true. In LA one night, I shouldn't even tell, fuck it. I've been to Puffy's house. No, I didn't see none of the stuff they said in that trial. I walked to that nigga's living room, house was clean, traction on the floor, nothing slippery, walk right through. Perfectly normal evening. The only thing in hindsight, but at the time it didn't mean nothing to me. I didn't think about it until after I found all that stuff out, but in hindsight it was fucked up. But we was on his back patio, and we was drinking and laughing, talking, and then nigga Puff started swirling his drink like this, and he goes, so Dave, he goes, what are you into? You know me, I was like, I don't know, nigga, books, video games, I didn't know that was my big chance to fuck Cassie. God bless her. I'm not making light of her. What she went through was terrible. But remember, because they kept showing this video of him beating her up in a hotel hallway, which was a terrible video. But he wasn't on trial for that. If you remember, he paid her for that before the federal charges ever came up. He paid her $35 million, is what I heard, which doesn't make it right, but I mean, come on, nigga. I do know niggas that have fought Floyd Mayweather for less money than that. And them niggas had to fight for 36 minutes. But Cassie is a gangster. She did something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. She had to testify about her sex life. Boy, that's tough. God save us all from that. Anything you say about sex publicly is going to sound bad. Even if you're talking about fucking your wife face to face. If the judge is like, tell me about did you fuck your wife face to face? Yes, Your Honor, I did. But could you describe the account? Well, yes, I looked at her in her cold, bored eyes, and then I pulled those big panties aside, and it's like a bush that just screams, I don't give a fuck, and I just, you know what I mean? Just power through it, you know what I mean? Cassie had to do way harder than that. Them questions, they was asking her all kinds. Did Sean Combs pee in your mouth? I was like, oh my God. She didn't hesitate. Guess you're I'm sorry.
You were just overseas. You were in England, London. Is that where you were?
Yes, man. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to England. I found out it was a fact that the police really don't carry guns.
That's right.
Which I thought was like a myth, man. People still listen to them. It's true, man. You know what they got? They got these whistles. It's like the most amazing thing. I saw a guy running from the cops, like 15 cops chasing him. I think he stole a pencil or something. Now this guy is running. I mean, he is really, I thought he was gonna get away. All of a sudden, he just, oh man, it's like.
You must be very excited. The program has never been on the air. It's debuting next week. Is that right?
That is correct.
Man, you're in good shape right after Home Improvement. It's a huge, huge hit. You must be very excited.
Yes, man. You know what it is, Dave. When I was growing up, I didn't see too many, brothers on TV.
Not too many black people on TV.
Not too many. I mean, it was Isaac from Love Boat and a few others.
Well, that was an excellent role model there.
Yeah, man. And I'm telling you, I used to watch
Cruise ship bartender, yes, sir. Slick.
Supposed to be that. Yeah, I used to watch this show, Fantasy Island, for like 9 years. So one brother on that, he was driving Mr. Rourke's car, Dave. You can think of a better fantasy than that, can't you, bro? You know. Stretch a little.
Shoot for the stars, absolutely.
Yes, man. You know, I guess I was raised to pay attention to that kind of thing. My mom's stickler for that.
Yeah.
She used to play these Malcolm X tapes at the house. Did any of your parents? Never mind. But anyway, for the audience at home, the people here are mostly Caucasian. It's all good, though. It's all good. But, yeah, so she would play these tapes, and I mean, you know, Malcolm X just doesn't make a lot of sense to a 4-year-old. He'd be saying a little speech, you know, it's like if you have some coffee, it's too black, too strong. So what do? You integrate it with cream, you know. It used to be strong is now weak. What used to be hot is now cold. We used to keep you awake. Well, now it puts you to sleep. Sometimes you don't even know if you had coffee. I mean, I was like, what? Well, sometimes I don't know if I have coffee. I see the white man is trying to trick me into drinking tea.
Yeah. You moved from where to California? Where are you from originally?
Originally from D.C.
From Washington, D.C. You move out there to California. How long ago did you move out?
Oh, a few years ago, man, and it killed me.
Really?
Yeah, the first week I was there, they stole my car. It was a rental car. But it still hurts.
Oh,
you know?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just put gas in it and everything, topped the tank off.
You feel violated anyway. That's the same thing.
Yeah, but this is what makes it worse, is I called a rental car place and they send me a Lincoln Town car.
Oh, that's a nice ride, huh?
Well, that's what the guy told me. I was like, am I gonna like it? He said, you are gonna love this car.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
I've seen the Lincoln Town car, sure.
It looked
Nice
like
big sedan.
Like a big pimp car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was weird, man. I couldn't even control it. I felt like a pimp in this car.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. I drove it down Sunset Boulevard and all the hookers like snapped to attention. Then like a week after that, we had that earthquake.
Oh, my God. They're horrible, aren't they?
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, very frightening.
Yeah, you learn a lot about yourself when you think you were going to die.
Sure.
I learned I don't care about anybody but myself, Dave. I was running through the halls, pushing old people. Yeah, hold your tongue, lady. I gotta live. And then, you know, and it's all over and you feel bad.
Yeah.
Why do people even run during an earthquake? It's like, where the hell are you going? It's shaking everywhere.
Yeah, nothing you can do there. Your friends must be, are they supportive of your success? Because you're like 22 years old, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I would think that maybe your friends could be a little bit envious of this.
Not envious. You know what they do is they ask me for favors. I got to bail a friend out of jail.
All right.
2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, for a black dude to voluntarily walk into a police precinct was unnerving. I kept feeling like I'd be like, hi, I'm here to bail out my friend. Well, since you're here, you do fit a description if you'll just... That's how they always get you, fitting the descriptions. Now, I could be bitter and blame all the police, but I would never do that.
No.
I'll tell you who I blame. It's those sketch artists, man.
Right.
They keep drawing the same brother over and over again.
Have you, it's none of my business, but have you yourself ever, smoked,
Yes, but only for medicinal purposes.
I see. Well, that's different. And what was the problem? What was the ailment? What were you trying to overcome?
You know, it's funny, Dave. I found myself too sharp and alert.
I had to get something to treat that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted that sedateness.
You ever been to Camp David?
No, but I was invited.
Yeah. Whoa. Pretty good deal. How's everything going? You get a new dog, huh?
Yeah,
Good for
man.
you.
You know, I got lonely. I bought a dog. He's
They're
cute.
great, aren't they?
Yeah, you got a dog?
Yeah, I've had dogs, yeah.
Oh, you don't have one now?
Well, passed on.
I'm sorry I brought that up,
That's
Dave.
all right. That's all right. He lived a long, rich, full life. He was 43 when he died.
Yeah, my dog is like, he's a little dog. He's an apartment dog, like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
All white and fluffy, American Eskimo. And that's actually, I named him Whitey.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. It's bad because I piss my neighbors off. I train them in the lobby, so they always, sit Whitey and roll over Whitey.
Did you celebrate New Year's? You have a nice holiday season? Do anything fun?
I went home. I went down to D.C.
What's it like? Now that's your hometown, right?
Yeah.
The nation's capital.
Some folks from D.C. Good to see you alive. I'm kidding.
What is it like to have your hometown also the nation's capital?
Well, I love D.C. It's home. But going back, it's like, if you're like at your house,
yeah,
and your friend will come over and say, hey, man, it stinks in here. And you'll say...
I don't know that exactly, but
all right. Well,
take your word for it.
I'm a bachelor. I'm a young bachelor. It's happened to me. They say, yeah, it stinks in here. And, of course, I'm going to say, no, it doesn't stink in here. Then we go out. And then you come back and you say, you know what? It kind of stinks in here, yeah. I mean, since I've been home, I've seen a better way. I mean, it's like D.C. is the only city where the mayor's on parole. I mean, and I'm not knocking Marion Barry. I'm from the city.
Right.
I know what it's like, but I mean, I know a lot of politicians do bad things. It's just not that damn bad. Crank.
Now, when you're making your living as a comedian and having a show about current events and stuff, you have to keep up on what's going on. So you must have a pretty good knowledge of what the news is these days. You pay attention to the news all the time, huh?
Well, it's funny, Dave. In Puerto Rico, right, I started seeing, I was meeting a lot of people from overseas.
Yeah.
And these people, they're very edgy. They don't like Americans so much anymore, I'm starting to feel. They wouldn't say they don't like Americans, but they'll say things that will just mean like, statistically Americans are the fattest people in the world. And then first of all, they're talking to me, so it sounds crazy.
That's right.
And second of all, I said, we supposed to be fat. We're rich. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
It's like, if you notice, when we bombed Afghanistan, we dropped food on them first, just so they know the fat people are coming, man. Don't mess with us. We got food to drop. How we roll.
Yeah, that's the way that worked, I guess.
Yeah, and then I went on this is weird, I went on a vacation with a white friend of mine, Chip, and we went to Africa. Now, here's the irony of that. My white friend loved Africa. I had a terrible time.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, my whole thing was like, it was just too much crime and poverty and disease. I could go home to D.C. if I want to see that. But Chip was just like stepping over people. Excuse me, you with the sores on you. I'm trying to find my resort. And then he'd go up to dudes like, pardon me, you with your ribs poking out. Do you know which way Wendy's is? I'm starving. I'm completely famished. It's not,
And you mentioned Washington, D.C., but you actually live on a farm in Ohio now. Is that right?
Yes.
How did that happen? Are you originally from Ohio, or do you?
It's a long story. My parents split up, and my dad lived in Ohio, and then I moved out there in my adult life, and I learned how to milk a cow, which I had never done before. Actually, I milked a goat, but it takes a lot more finesse than you think it does. What you do is you squeeze the top, and then you take these 3 fingers and you just kind of milk it.
Right.
Your inclination would be to pull it.
Yes.
The adolescent in me just wants to. But it was great, man. It's kind of nice because you get away from all the struggle and strife of urban life. Ever since the war and the election, there's so many other things going on that kind of fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
It's big stories. Like Roy got bit by a tiger. I don't know if you heard about that. I know it's not a nice thing to bring up on a comedy show, And what made me feel worse about him getting bit is that I didn't have tickets. Because, I would have liked to have seen something like that.
Well, it certainly was a surprise for the audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the tape, I'm hoping that real TV shows, that show Real TV?
Yeah.
They'll show it, and then they'll put a voiceover underneath it to make it worse, like, this guy thought he was gonna beat a tiger on the head with the microphone. It looks like the tiger's in control of this show, Well, that was a big one. A lot of stuff happened. There was the blackouts.
My God, wasn't that awful?
It was really scary.
Yeah.
You know who actually enjoyed it, though? The homeless. I went outside, they were all like, well. It's not as easy as it looks, is it, Dave?
When you're out there in the farm, do you miss the city?
No. Every once in a while you're gonna miss that exciting city life, but I got digital cable, man, so I watch everything. If I want to see some crime and criminals, Law and Order, Oz, I can watch all these things and feel right at home. Sometimes I'll pee in the living room to get that New York smell going.
I see. Well, that's certainly refreshing.
And everybody's so much more conservative than me out
yeah.
there. I mean, from just personally and politically, politically. I almost went to this war demonstration. I almost went. Until I saw what happened to them Dixie chicks. I said, forget that. Yeah. If they do that to 3 white women, they're gonna tear my black ass to pieces. I just stay in the house and hope for the best.
Let's talk about this Radio City Music Hall gig. You've been there once before, maybe other times, but at least once before, right?
Yeah,
When was that?
When I was maybe 19, I opened for Aretha Franklin at Radio City.
Wow, 19.
Yeah. Looking back on it, I'm sure she didn't choose me herself. But it was great. It was great. I always want to go back as a headliner. So.
Oh my God! But 19, and when I was 19, I had a paper route. But looking back on it, were you prepared at 19 for that kind of a gig?
Yeah, it was 15 minutes. I had about 30 minutes then. I was prepared enough.
Yeah.
I mean, was I as good as Aretha Franklin? No.
Well, no.
But my job is just to get people used to looking at the stage. I'm the opening act.
Yeah.
It mattered to me if I did good, but nobody really cared.
Is this, now, at a big gig like this, they have a rehearsal? Do they have a walkthrough? Do they have a sound checks and that kind of thing?
I don't know. I imagine there'll be a sound check. You can either go or send a guy.
Right. But when you were 19, did you go for a sound check?
Well, I skipped it, which was a terrible mistake.
That was a mistake.
It was a terrible mistake. I skipped the sound check, and nobody could hear me for the first 3 minutes. But you know what it is, Dave? You've been a stand-up for many years, and you probably get that question when people say, oh my God, you're a comedian. Well, what happens if you go out there and you tell your jokes and no one laughs? Nothing happens. You get paid the same, you're not gonna die, nothing bad happens. So I keep it all in perspective. It's not the...
Well, good for you to keep it in perspective, because it's something that I was never able to keep in perspective. And believe me, I have been on more bombing runs than the Enola Gay.
But I'm of the belief that the best comedians bomb hard. When they bomb hard. You take chances. Sometimes you fall flat, sometimes you do great. I think that's, my favorite comedians did that.
Now, in having this discussion not so very long ago with Jerry Seinfeld, he said that when he's in a situation where he senses that things are not going his way is when all he does is rely on the material. He doesn't worry about anything else. He just goes right on with his material, and sooner or later he will prevail. Do you have that experience?
Not at all. No.
Oh.
No.
Now, you had You had the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central, and then you didn't have the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central. And in comedy, the reason most people have a show and then don't have a show is because they say, well, we don't want you to have a show anymore. But that wasn't the case here. The case here was you said, I guess you said, I don't want your show anymore, and you took a hike.
It's worse than that.
It's worse?
Yeah.
Well, now, are you tired of talking about it? It's 10 years, of course you're tired of talking about it.
I don't talk about it. It's like, you know, I just, you know. Listen, here it is. Technically, I never quit. I'm 7 years late for work.
Boy, are you going to be in trouble when you go back.
Well, you know, no, it's like getting divorced in the 50s. People didn't go to divorce court. They just look at their wife like, baby, I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back. And then they just leave with the clothes on their back and make a go of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even internet back then. You could move 11 miles away and have a whole new life.
11 miles.
Yeah,
that's all it would take.
I've never seen her again. Just stop going to the same places. Is this yours or mine?
It sure is.
Wouldn't that be weird if I drank your water?
Not at all. But so there was a wild speculation, and is there anything that we don't know that we should know, or something we do know that we shouldn't know?
Huh?
Let's just say I'm you, and 10 years ago, I don't one day go to work. And
you just stopped coming
I stopped coming to work, and that's what you did. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and you went to South Africa. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
And you lived in South Africa for an extended period of time.
Well, no. I was there for 2 weeks. I mean, you know what I mean? There's not too many good hiding places left in America.
But there were, am I right about this? There was great mystery about this strategy on your part. Was there not?
I don't know. Because when it was all over the media, I was gone. And then if you're the guy, nobody really says anything to you.
Right.
So I don't know if it was mysterious or not mysterious. It was like living in the corner of perception and reality. You know what I mean? And like, it's a weird place to be. When everyone thought Wesley Snipes was in jail, I saw him at a party.
That's right. But here's what I remember about it. Comedy Central, your former, that's where the show was. The show had been on the air 2 years, maybe 3 years?
2 years. We were shooting our third season.
And there's a negotiation, a renegotiation, and they said, here, we're going to guarantee you an enormous sum of money to continue doing the show because it's so successful. And then, apparently you agreed to it, and then where did he go? The show stopped and never came back. And like you said, 7 years later, you're just late for work. So a decision was made. You made a decision.
Oh, yeah. I made a series of decisions.
Do you regret saying, I don't want this enormous sum of money?
Well, okay, look, Dave. It's very hard to go through something like this because no one's really done it before. So there's not too many people that don't think I'm crazy, right? So I look at it like this. I'm at a restaurant with my wife. It's a nice restaurant. We're eating dinner. I look across the room. I say, you see this guy over here across the room? He has $100 million. And we're eating the same entree. So, okay, fine. I don't have $50 million or whatever it was. But say I have $10 million in the bank. The difference in lifestyle is minuscule. The only difference between having $10 million and $50 million is an astounding $40 million. Of course, I would like to have that money.
You're right. It's $40 million is the difference.
Yeah, because when you quit, like my friends will try and make me feel better, but no one's been through that, so they'll say not stupid stuff, it's nice, but they'll be like, well, you know what, Dave, at the end of the day, you still have your integrity. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I'll go home and make the kids some integrity sandwiches. It makes no sense at all. It's like there's nothing anyone can say. It's just you do what you feel like you need to do.
Right.
At any
Well,
given
okay.
time.
Well, there you go. That's the answer. And how do you feel with doing what you felt you needed to do?
It's a very complicated answer. Because I've felt a variety of ways in the last 10 years. You know, whenever there's something that I'd like to have, that I could have afforded, that I can't now afford, well, then I'm upset about it. But then when I see a guy going to a job that's time-consuming and he doesn't have the free time to do the things that I get to do, then I'd feel good about it.
But overall, in your heart, in everyone's heart, we know money is not the answer or the solution.
Money is the fuel for choices. Money gives me choices. So that's not nothing, it's something. I can choose when I want my kids to go to school. I can choose what I want to eat in a given day. It's not the end, but it's not the end-all be-all. There are other things in my life that I did not purchase with money that are very valuable to me.
That's right. And let's just say you had the $40 million. Who's to say you would be a happier or better person?
I think I might be a happier person. I don't know. And I really appreciate doing this show.
Well, it's great to see you again.
I'm happy to see you on television and off television.
I feel the same about you.
Much respect to you, David.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen.